We're gonna share our banana plants today. You see I have one here on the patio, and I have one here, and there's one there, and way back there. So here's what they look like from this side of the patio. It's raining and it's starting to get cooler. The 1st of October is in a few days. This is like September 29th. So we're gonna walk out in the garden and look at these. About this time of year, it's gonna be about 2 more weeks before the first probable frost. We begin moving them closer to the patio or the carport to protect them in case a cold snap comes. We can always grab them and put them under cover if we need to, if we haven't depotted them yet. That's a really big one. And this one you can see is a baby off of the other one. There's actually 2 babies there, maybe 3, I believe. So here is a baby that's getting really large. Here's a baby, and here's another one. And then all the way in the back of the garden is another one. It's been hanging out near this table and chairs and umbrella. So I love the pots because we can move them around. We generally keep them in pots instead of putting them in the ground because I like to change up the way things look. They are heavy even in these small pots. So we just moved the one from the back up near the patio. So there they are. Sometimes we've had more than 5 pots. We only have 5 this year. I'm trying to par it down because we're getting older. But we keep them on these stands. I'm trying to get some metal stands because these don't hold up very well. But when you line them up, they make a fabulous photo. So as I was saying, some people put them in the ground, and that's fine. And they can be overwintered, but I love putting them in pots so that I can move them around because I can change up the way my garden looks. Maybe a plant has finished blooming and I need to fill in that spot. I can pick it up and put it there, or maybe I need some height somewhere in the garden. As other things grow and change, I can change the look of the garden and enhance it with the banana plants. They always make such a great picture all lined up. So the banana plants are called Musa, and they have a subspecies, but I'm not sure what subspecies my plant is. I had it gifted to me many years ago. So a subspecies is abbreviated SSP. And so that's what I'm putting on my website because I don't know what subspecies it is. A common one for Missouri, though, a common subspecies is Musa basjoo. Basjoo. And the photos online look similar to mine, so these might be that variety. And they're known as the hardy banana plants, and they're from Japan. The family of banana plants is the Musaceae, I believe that's how it's said. And I was looking up Missouri banana plants because I was trying to find out which ones were common in Missouri, that being the Musa basjoo. But I found an interesting fact. So the pawpaw, which I'm familiar with, I've heard about it here in Missouri when I've gone on hikes with the Conservation Center. It's sometimes known as the Missouri banana, but it has a scientific name of Simina triloba, and it's in a different family, a called a custard apples family, so it's a totally different plant, but sometimes called the Missouri banana plant because its fruit, I guess, kind of comes down from its leaves like the banana plant does. So these plants are not called banana trees. I've heard some people call them that, but they're not because they do not have trunks. Now it may seem like they have trunks, but these trunk-like stems are created when the leaves are wrapped tightly around each other. And it's really fun to watch these leaves slowly unfold. I wonder if we have one unfolding or not at this time. I'll have to look. It's a lot of fun to watch the leaves uncoil from the center until they are free and blowing in the wind. Kind of like these are all open and free. Oh, here, I found one. This one right here, you see, it's coming out from the center of, this is the mama plant, the parent plant, and this is a baby plant that's come off of it. And so its stem is not very thick, and you can see how the leaves uncoil from it. And this one here is beginning to uncoil, and it's fun to watch them open up until they get big like this and free, and they blow in the wind. I like my banana plants because their palm tree likeness with the tropical foliage just adds a flair to the garden. As I was saying, I have grown my plants in the ground before, but I found I prefer to grow them in these semi-large pots. Because if I get too big of a pot, then they're too hard for these old bodies to carry around. I like to change up the patio and the garden and make it look different and accentuate the gaps or give height where it's needed. But some people have successfully overwintered the plants in the ground by cutting them back and putting mulch or grass clippings or autumn leaves on top of them and leaving them like that during the cold months. Some people I have given my plants to, these plants right here, have had success overwintering them here in southeast Missouri. We're currently zone 7A, but we were formerly 7B just a year ago. If I were to try leaving one in the ground, I would probably put the rest in the basement so that if the one did not make it through the winter, I'd still have some other plants. I read somewhere that they will survive like that to like 10 degrees below, but occasionally we've had winters worse than that. So they might make it for a lot of winters, and then if we get a really bad cold snap one season, then they might be gone, and I would want some others indoors. So we're going to show you here in a little bit. We're going to depot one of these. I do dig them up every autumn before the first frost, cut off all the branches so only a stem and a rooted bulb remain, knock off all the dirt, and place them in a plastic bucket. We call them pickle buckets, I guess because my husband used to work in a restaurant and that's what they called them back then. And then we put them in underneath the basement stairs for the winter. We can fit several of them in the buckets, and we leave the baby plants attached to the parent plant, and I don't water them all winter, and I keep them mostly in the dark all winter. In the spring, after the last frost, we take them out of the buckets and replant them. I dump out all the dirt from these pots that I just put these pots in the shed, and then I take them out next spring. I dump out all of the dirt into this tub up here, that big tub, and then I mix in some fresh potting soil in with it, and I have fun just stirring it all up with my hands, and then I'll put it back in these pots and plant the banana plants. Now the first leaves do not come back out until it really warms up. Usually that's around the 1st of June. Sometimes you'll see some life, like a leaf starting to uncoil, but it won't really take off till it really warms up about the 1st of June. So if yours is not looking alive, when you replant it, give it time. So these banana plants can be grown indoors or outdoors. But if you grow them indoors in a pot, be sure to give them plenty of light. I would suggest using a grow light if necessary. The plants do love full sun, of course, since we all know they are more commonly grown in the south, in the tropical states, or even Mexico. That makes sense that they would like a lot of sun. And they also do respond to fertilizer well. So we put it over the bucket, so in case anything comes out, it goes in the bucket. And there's our pickle bucket, also known as a plastic bucket. I think sometimes they call them 5-gallon buckets. I'm not sure if that's 5 gallons. So sometimes we have to use a trowel and break it up around the edges because it gets so tight in the pot. It gets sort of root bound that we have to break it up, and sometimes we can't get it out of the pot, and we hold it over the bucket, and we hold it parallel over the bucket, horizontal, and one of us pulls on the plant stem and the other one pulls on the pot until it pops out and drops into the bucket. We're gonna see if he can get this out by himself so I can film. Otherwise, I'll have to put the camera down. Okay, here goes.
Let's do this first.
There you go. That's what we do. And now he's going to pull the pot one direction and the plant the other. Yay! Success! Oh, you're going to sing the song One Direction?
Yeah.
Yay!
I've seen One Direction, so.
So now you need to knock all the dirt off. This is a process we go through every year. So he's going to take his trowel and knock all the dirt off. Sometimes you can stand up and shake it. Try that for the camera. No, not you. Don't shake you.
Oh.
Shake it and see if it'll come off.
Yeah, it's perfect. No,
oh, no. It didn't work.
You need to get a little of the fringe off first.
What did you just say?
This is very violent.
It is. You know, if you're mad, this would be a great task to get your anger out. Yeah. Poor banana plant. But it will live. It will live.
Yes.
It's doing this. Poor banana plant. He's just going every which way. What? Hold that up again. I was zoomed out. Wait a minute. Focus. It's got to focus. Hold on. Oh, look at that. I think we need to take some scissors to that. Oh, or just pull it.
They call that rootlage.
Rootlage, huh?
Yeah, I'm rootlage on a rootlage. In this case, I don't know what it's called. It's a root wad.
You know, no banana plants were harmed during the making of this video. I just told him to rub it with his hands to get the dirt out.
I didn't know if I had to do it yet, but okay.
Wait, just...
Too many requests like that.
Like, if you run your fingers through its roots and pull off any dirt, like that dirt.
Dirt wad.
and get all the dirt out.
Oh man, get the dirt out. Alright, we're doing a thing, so.
Yeah, we're doing a thing. We're almost down to the bulb. I guess it's a bulb.
Well, no,
With
it's not really
roots?
a bulb, it's a root wad.
A root wad coming out from a bulb.
Okay.
I think it's a bulb.
I don't know.
And then that one didn't grow any babies, did it?
It did not.
The others grew babies. So when it has babies on it, we leave the babies on until the next spring. And then when we get ready to plant them in the spring, we take the babies off. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. There it goes in the pickle bucket. And you'll see there's plenty of room for 2 or 3 more in that one pickle bucket. What, we usually have 2 to 3 pickle buckets for all these? Yeah. If you're squeamish, don't look. It's really sad. It's like you're killing the poor banana plant. But then we cut off all the leaves. Poor thing.
Oops, my bad. Yes, unfortunately it's
Poor thing.
a thing, but it's a necessary thing.
We just cut it off at the base of the stem. There they all go.
Is the water coming out? Probably can't see that. There's actually water coming out of it.
That's kind of interesting. They're juicy.
Yeah, I just
Kind of
got
like
splashed.
succulent. Then get the dead ones off that are
Yes.
hanging down too.
I just got splashed, by the way, for what it's worth.
Cut those off. That poor banana plant. It has no leaves.
Why are you making me feel bad?
Because you told me you feel bad doing it, so I
do,
have to.
actually, yeah.
I have to play off of that.
But you have to be the, I guess,
Okay.
gardener's assistant.
So hold it up. And this is what it looks like when it's done. Just one. Here, I'll zoom in.
It has babies starting to.
Is it really? Okay, so
Yes.
this is what it looks like.
Baby and making.
It's got a, let me see. Oh yeah, there's a baby starting on it. That one right there. And so there it is in the pickle bucket. Now we're going to go through this and pull out any roots. I just go through it and sift the dirt off and pull out any of the roots. And then we put the dirt back.
Is this a root?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
just check.
So, and then we put the dirt back in the pot, and we put that in the shed for the winter. And then in the spring, we'll take it back out of the pot, put it in this bucket, add some fresh potting soil to it, and then we will just take this and put it in there and fill it up with that fresh mixed dirt. And about June it will start growing again. I have lots of people I see online asking about how people take care of the banana plants, so maybe people will enjoy this video. And it's only September, and I wanted to get this filmed, so we are just going to do one, and we're going to, I actually like these lined up. I may leave them lined up, except for we don't have much room to walk around. But I may leave them like this because I kind of think it's fun to sit on the patio and look at this. Hey, isn't playing in dirt fun?
It is.
I think it's therapeutic.
It is.
Getting ready to package up one for the winter. And in the coming weeks, this is really a tough job. So we tend to spread it out and do it over several weeks, or maybe do one of them on a weeknight or something, so we don't have to do it all at once.